So here we have our question of the week. It is inspired from a previous year JEE advanced question. So that makes it a really good question. It's not that lengthy if you understand the question and try to visualize this. And if you know the simple formulas and concept, then it is easy to solve. You can solve it in 4 or 5 steps. So you can pause the video and try to solve it on your own. Yeah, so I hope you have a go through. Let's try to solve this. So question says let a1, a2, a3 up to an be the vertices of a regular polygon. Okay, so we have a regular polygon. We can draw it with center at the origin. Center is at origin and the length is 2 unit. And here ak denotes the position vector of the points of all the vertices. Yeah, so up to this we can draw this. So we have a regular polygon. We don't know how many sides. So let's draw it like this. Yeah, so there could be many sides. The center is at origin and let's call this as a1, a2, a3, and we have up to an, and this is an minus 1. This should be an minus 2. So position vector denotes the vector which goes from origin and to the vertex. So here this should be our a1 vector. Yeah, this is our origin and this should be our a2 vector and this is a3 vector and so on. This will be our an vector, and let's lastly write an minus 1 vector. In regular polygon it is important to also denote this theta. Here the value of theta should be 2 pi by n. We know in a regular polygon this angle should be equal to 2 pi by n because the complete angle is 2 pi and it is divided into n parts. You can see n sides, so it is divided into n parts. Okay, so let's solve this. Let's try to write this. So this is basically cross product. So let's first rewrite the sigma. So this should be k is equal to 1. So this is equal to a1 vector cross a2 vector plus a2 vector cross a1 a3 vector up to, it will go up to k is equal to n minus 1. So an minus 1 vector cross an vector. Yeah, and this whole magnitude square plus this is dot product. So a1 dot a2 vector plus a2 dot a3 vector plus up to an minus 1 dot an vector. So now to evaluate this cross and dot, if we know the formula, then we can write it. So cross is basically magnitude of a1, magnitude of a2, sine of angle between them, and n cap. So we need to know the magnitude. You can see in a regular polygon, all this have the same magnitude. All this diagonal will have the same magnitude. So let's call this as lambda. Let's call magnitude of a1 is equal to magnitude of a2 up to magnitude of an vector is equal to lambda. Then this becomes lambda times lambda, magnitude of a1 vector, magnitude of a2 vector, lambda, and angle between them is theta. So, or we can write 2 pi by n. Let's call theta. And yeah, and this will occur same for this, n cap. N cap direction will also be the same. It is should be perpendicular to the vectors. So it will be like upward direction, a1 cross a2, upward direction, and it occurs n minus 1 times. Yeah, so this is our first vector. I hope you understood how we got here, like using the simple formula. This is equal to lambda into lambda sine theta n cap, and other vectors is also having the same value. So we have this sigma n minus 1 times. So I've just multiplied it with n minus 1. Similarly, dot formula is magnitude of a1, magnitude of a2 into cos theta. It is simple scalar product. So there is no n cap business. So this is lambda into lambda, lambda square. Here we will have cos theta and its square is equal to 400. So now you can see magnitude of n cap. This represent magnitude. So magnitude of n cap is 1 simply. Sorry, here it should be also occurs n minus 1 times. So we have to write this n minus 1 square. Yeah, now you can see we can take common. Magnitude of n cap is 1. So we can take lambda square common. Lambda to the power 4, it becomes lambda square square. So lambda to the power 4 n minus 1 square, and we are left with sine square theta plus cos square theta, yeah, which is very famous identity. So it should be equal to 1. So we are left with lambda. We can rewrite it like this: n minus 1 whole square is equal to 400. So let's take a square root. So we will get lambda square n minus, sorry, it should be only n minus 1, no, n minus 1 is equal to 400. Now lambda is this length. Okay, we know the side length. We know this is equal to 2. So let's apply basic trigonometry. Suppose in this triangle, this is also theta. So let's, in this triangle, let's drop a perpendicular from here. If we drop a perpendicular from here, then this should be equal to 1 by symmetry. And we have to find this length lambda. We know this is theta. So we can write that sine theta is equal to 1 by lambda. Sine theta is equal to 1 by lambda. So lambda is equal to, you can see 1 by sine theta. I hope you can visualize this. Lambda should be equal to 1 by sine theta, because sine theta is equal to 1 by lambda, perpendicular by hypotenuse. So instead of lambda, we can rewrite this as 1 by sine theta. So this becomes n minus 1, and sine theta, or basically sine square, oh, here it should be square root of 400, it should be 20. So it should be sine square theta. We can write what? We can write theta. Theta is this complete angle. This is theta by 2, sorry, this is theta by 2. So this we can write, theta by 2 is simply pi by n. So sine pi by n. So here it should be sine square pi by n is equal to 20. So here we have only one variable, like n is only one variable and it is one equation, but the other variable is in sine. So we can try to estimate the values, or we can just hit and try. And if you hit and try, then you can see that n is equal to, let's try to put 6. 6 will work. N is equal to 6 works because it becomes 5. And sine square pi by 6. What is sine pi by 6? Sine pi by 6 means sine 30 degree. Sine 30 degree is half. Its square becomes 4. So 5 into 4 is equal to 20. It works. Any other value will not work. So n is equal to 6 works. Therefore, or let's say satisfies this equation. So we have found this by hit and trial. You can check for other values. Therefore, what should be the value of n? The value of n is equal to 6. There is one silly mistake that you can do, like instead of writing lambda like this, you can put lambda is equal to 2 itself, and you will get 6 also. 6, the same value, like it becomes 4. 20 by 4 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. So I tried to use a different values, but none of the other values works. It becomes like a irrational number. I don't want to give a irrational number, like the question was created by my own. So even if you do a silly mistake like writing lambda is equal to 2, like misinterpreting lambda as the side length, even if you misinterpret this, then you will get to the same answer. But you have to remember this concept, that lambda and this side length is related by this. Okay, you have to apply a simple trigonometry, and using all this, n is equal to 6 is our answer. You can try the original question of JEE Advanced also. I will put it here, and you can comment the answer of this. Same concept will be used. So yeah, this is an important concept. I hope you learned the concept of cross and dot product. And the important thing is this is an important frequently asked question where they insert a regular polygon. And in this, you have to remember this basic trigonometry, which can be applied in the question. Yeah, so that's it for today. I hope you liked the question and understood the solution and learned something new. Thanks for watching.